Shaker Dakhil is one of a kind. He is very serious, compassionate, he's very intellectual. He was the top student in his class in Beirut, Lebanon, in college and in medical school. Then he came to America and he did his internal medicine residency, and then he did his fellowship in oncology and hematology at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Then in 1981, he came to Wichita.
When I think of Shaker, the first thing that I picture is exactly 5,000 days ago, Shaker diagnosed my own cancer. So when I have a picture of Shaker, I have a picture of that day. And it's a big day for me. 5,000 days Shaker's helped give me. So I think of him as a doctor. He's a great doctor, great bedside manner.
The patients all love him because he's honest, he's very faithful with them, and takes good care of them, which is a very good deed for him. While he was a fellow in oncology at the University of Michigan, he and some of his associates there devised this new called a portacath,
which is the catheter or tube that goes in under the skin and then into the big collarbone vein underneath the collarbone, so we can give chemotherapy to patients without having to stick their arms constantly, to find veins. So he was involved in that.
Now, I was a beneficiary of that portacath because they installed it right here for me so I could take chemotherapy intravenously. But just so happens my father-in-law, who had liver cancer back in the early 80s, was one of the first recipients of using the portacath to treat his liver cancer. He's a brilliant guy, and to find unique solutions to take care of cancer patients is really, really special.
He's a very outgoing, compassionate human being who's always concerned about other people and helping other people. And then it's just his analytical mind. I mean, everything is a puzzle to be solved for him. And so, I mean, he can look at a charity and see what they need, and maybe even know better than they know what they need.
It's just not enough for Shaker to be involved in the community financially. There are so many people that just write checks and be supporters. He's involved hands-on. I served on the board for Victory in the Valley for a lot of years, and Shaker and Kathy were terribly involved in helping take care of people, the spiritual side of their journey going through cancer. It's been supported every year since it began by the two of them.
Everything he's done has been very successful. I mean, he and his family are all great kids. He's always been supported by the love of his life, his wife Kathy.
Shaker and Kathy raised 4 great kids, and now I'm seeing him be grandparents to 9 grandkids. He's a great family guy. So when I think of Shaker, I think of this big old teddy bear of a guy with those 9 grandkids and that great big van that he drives around and tries to load all of them up.
Instead of buying a sports car of some kind, Shaker, he bought a 12-passenger van, and in the van he had 9 baby car seats installed, so you can tell how close he is to his family.
This whole community, this community of Wichita, has benefited by having a really strong Lebanese community of professionals, and it is too cool to see the benefit to this community of Shaker's involvement. And if there's one guy that ever deserves this award, it's Shaker Dakhil.